Why are people angry with Chris Rock? He made a joke about a bald person being bald. Yes, she has alopecia. It's not her fault. He's a fucking comedian. Have you heard some of the shit Frankie Boyle has said? From Jada's reaction it's clear she has ego problems. This is not a good trait. Saying she's insecure and has no control over the fact she's bald doesn't really mean much to me. Lots of people are insecure about things they can't change, me included. Own it. When you have an insecurity you should work on your relationship with it. No one does this anymore. People just hope no one ever notices it and get offended when a joke is made. Chris didn't call her ugly, or make a much worse joke about her fucking her son's friend. I actually can't believe how sensitive people are these days. I'm young, I'm very accepting and empathetic, but my God, it was a harmless joke. Some people are calling it bullying? Have you ever been bullied before? That's not bullying. That's comedy, from a comedian who was literally on stage getting paid to do comedy. Honestly, I hope more jokes are made at their expense. Maybe they'll finally deal with their fragile egos and insecurities. I guess they should print a memo or something saying you might get roasted, but it's all good. It's understandable if Will was upset over it, but getting physical was crossing the line. I honestly thought it was supposed to be a lighthearted compliment because G.I. Jane is a badass lol. But I guess not. I loved Chris' response. It was a G.I. Jane joke. Everything about Chris Rock's response was amazing. He de-escalated the situation quickly and with a great deal of composure. I loved Chris' response. It was a G.I. Jane joke, no shit. Chris could have really roasted her at that point. It's not like I am calling her Mrs. Potato Head, just waiting to get her holes filled. I wonder if it was Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, telling the joke if Smith would have reacted the same way. Size does matter. No one would be angry because The Rock is also bald. I just can't help but think, what if Ricky Gervais said it? If his wife doesn't like jokes about alopecia, then that's hair loss. Where have you been? If anything, the whole consensus have been the opposite. People praising Chris and hating Will. I'm yet to see a single post or comment that attacks Chris. I love it when Hollywood millionaires sing, dance, hit, and yell at each other for me. Everybody is really happy with how it went down. Their marriage is open to everything except jokes apparently. A lame joke that didn't deserve that type of response. Chris Rock handled it like a champ. I have alopecia and it's ruined my life, yet a comedian making a joke about it, doing his job, doesn't upset me to the point of violence. Just as an FYI, less inappropriate than Frankie Boyle doesn't really mean much. Given that the joke referenced G.I. Jane, doesn't that infer he was commenting on her shaving her head? Not the fact she was losing some due to alopecia. It could almost be seen as a, "you go girl," type of comment. Is this R, too afraid to ask, or just a general venting sub lol?